Howdy all, and welcome to another Hengist Wild Camps. I'm back in the peaks yet again, and over my shoulder there you can see Langset Reservoir, and there's Kieran, and we're currently walking up Cookgate, and we're making our way up to the top, and then we're going to turn off up to the trig point on Margery Hill, and then head to Margery Stones, and there might be somebody else joining us when we get there. I'll tell you more about that later, but for now, in this lovely winter sunshine, it's supposed to get down to about -7 tonight, so it's going to be a cold one. We're going to plod on. I'll speak to you later. Just stopped for a bit of a breather and to give you a bit of an update. We're about 3 miles up Cookgate, and I don't know if you can see just behind me, when we were last walking up here this was a stream. Now it's just like a frozen sheet of ice, and we haven't bought our crampons, so like fools we're having to kind of circumnavigate it through the heather. It's a bit cold, as you can see. I'm wrapped up, I've got my balaclava on, but the act of walking is keeping me warm. It's when we stop, that's when we'll notice it. Well, Kieran's just there, and his next task is to find some water. I brought some with me, but we've passed a few and he keeps going, shall I get some? No, I'll carry on pressing upwards, up the hill. Right, well, we're going to plod on. I'll speak to you later. Time for an update. We've just made it to the top at Cookgate. You can see Cairn there behind me. Oh, what a lovely day. That was a very slippy, icy Cookgate that we've just come up, and it's about 1:45 now, and there's a path just up there. I don't know if you can see it, just leading up through the heather. That'll take us up to the trig point on Margery Hill. Then once we get there, you can see Margery Stones from the trig point. It's only a few hundred yards, if that. Right, well, we should be there for 2 o'clock, 2:15. We'll plod on for this last little bit, and I'll bring you back when we've got to the trig on Margery Hill. as you can see, we've just arrived at the trig point on Margery Hill. And if I spin the camera around behind, oh, not behind Kieran, I'm pointing it wrong way. Is it there? I think. There's Margery Stones, not far. Our main concern is getting 10 pegs in the ground. It's absolutely frozen solid. What, have you managed to get a trekking pole in the ground? Well, there's hope for us yet. Right, well, yeah, we've just got to plod on over there, and then I'll bring you back once we get there, and I'll show you where we're going to get our tents up.
Well. Don't. Where are you going? Just face you actually, I might be sheltered, but I don't think it's going to get much wind here. No, you got a nice little bit of shelter. Bro. Hey, how do you do? Alright. Can't have a walk over to it. Nice stones. Right, I've come far. You alright?
Hello there, alright.
I'm David, you alright?
I like Kieran.
Well, we're pitched up, kind of, not got all the stuff in the tent yet, at Margery Stones. And can you see that character there? David Gaines, he's come and joined us. Hey, brilliant. Three of us here now. He's just turned up this second. Kieran's in his tent there, I'm in my tent there, and Dave's just having a butty while he gets his breath back. Right, well, I'm going to carry on getting my gear in my tent, and I'll speak to you in a bit.
Oh dear. That's where you come from. Other side. All right. You know. All right. Like little active bend up like yeah. I think I know the one. Is it like through the village? There's like a little few houses, isn't there? There is at the top. And then it bends round and there's on the corner there's a bit, yeah, I think I've parked there before. Something like 5 minutes road. Yeah, that's where you live. They're a bit tight round there as you're getting your foot in. You got a door on the other side? Yeah. Get on that one. Hey? You'll be able to see me, have you?
Well, I'm all pitched up now. Got everything in the tent. Nice little spot this. I'll just switch to the other camera and we'll have a walk around pitch and give you a better look. So yeah, this is where I'm pitched, and tonight I'm in the OEX Raccoon 2.1. Again, it's another tent that has a solid inner, so it's not too bad in cold weather, although there's snow forecasts for tonight, and it's probably the worst tent that I've got for snow. Not that I've ever tried it in snow, but look at that roof, it's like a bucket. And there's Kieran.
Hello.
All nice and cosy. There's Dave getting his tent up. Let's have a walk round pitch. I've got these little tarp clips pegged out just to keep that, that wall of the fly away from the inside, just to give it a bit more ventilation. But it's not too bad. It's fairly taut. As I said, OEX Raccoon 2.1. Right, well, let's have a quick look inside. Let's see what I've got. Well, there's my rucksack at the side. But I've got my Xped 5.2 R-value 5.2 mat. In there, that is my 10-degree summer bag, but inside that I've got my -3 down bag. So I'll be layering up because it's going to get down to about -7 tonight, apparently. On top I've got my down trousers, synthetic puffer jacket and booties, which I'll be putting on later. In the corner I've got my water on that Soto table. I've got my pot with all my cooking equipment in there, my food, which is going to be chicken masala, chicken tikka masala, pilau rice and cashew nuts, and I've got a couple of McEwen's Champion 7.3 there, and a bit of fuel. My trekking poles are in porch. Right, well, now I'm all set up. I think it's time I got the boots off, dived in the tent, and think about having a beer. I'll speak to you in a bit. Well, I'm all sorted in my tent now. It's about 3 o'clock, and yeah, I've got all the warm gear on: synthetic puffy jacket, woolly hat, balaclava, got a fleece, another fleece under it, a long sleeve thermal layer, another fleece underneath that, got thermal long johns on, down over trousers, over my trousers that I was wearing, down booties, and I'm lying on top of this mat, nice and warm. But I think it's time, you've guessed it, for a McEwen's Champion 7.3. I'll just get it open. Once again, I'm looking forward to this. Well, everybody, good health and cheers all. E-by gum, that's good beer.
Good lager.
Well, yeah, I'm just going to sip this, relax, get my bearings, have a bit of chat with Kieran and Dave, and yeah, just relax. Think about getting some food on later.
So you don't mean the disease? It was first discovered in Yorkshire, Parkinson's disease.
I don't mean the disease.
We called it Parky.
I don't mean the disease.
It's about 4 o'clock, sun's gone down, and just chatting with Kieran, and he said I'm zipping my tent up because it's getting cold. So I've done the same thing. I've not only have I fastened the fly, I've fastened the inner, and as you can see, it's a solid inner in this tent. It's quite spacious, but it is noticeably warmer being out of that wind, even though it wasn't blowing directly in the tent. I think just stirring it up outside, it was taking the ambient temperature of the tent out with it. But yeah, I've got my gloves off at the moment, and it's not too bad. But when I had the door open, oh yeah, the gloves are going back on, like, but it's not that warm. But it's not freezing the end of your fingers off like it was before. Well, I've had a tin of beer, and I might put the radio on or have a bit of a chat with Kieran or Dave. We're all like pretty close within earshot, even though we're all inside our tents. But yeah, having a great time so far. Quite enjoying this tent. As you can see, I'm sat up. Loads of headroom. It's quite spacious. Even though it's not like a one-person tent, which are better for keeping the heat in because they've got a smaller internal volume. This is pretty well insulated with its inner, as you can see. Even the mesh window parts have solid covers on them, which I've got all zipped up. Right, well, I'll speak to you later. It's approaching 4:30, about 4:25, something like that. And down there, I don't know if you can see it, just there, I've got my stove set up and ready to get my tea on. Picked up the wrong tin, didn't get the jalfrezi, got chicken tikka masala. Ah well, like a nice change. Still be nice. Right, oh yeah, I've also I've got both of my speedster cells with me, my 50 and my 30mm. But on my last camp I just used the 50. But I'm going to try the 30, see how that goes. And I've got a simmer ring for that as well. Not that I really need one. Right, I'll get on with my cooking.
Keep the can of gas on my head. Cooking is a good idea.
Well, my tea's ready. I've got chicken tikka masala, pillow rice with cashew nuts,
I'll just switch to the camera, give you a quick look at it. So, yet again, here's my dinner table for tonight. Tin of McEwen's Champion 7.3, a steaming bowl of chicken tikka masala, pillow rice with cashew nuts. Looks nice, that. Well, while it's piping hot, let's get stuck into it, see how it tastes. Not as spicy as a jalfrezi, but a nice change, it's still nice. Right, well, I'm going to eat this while it's hot. I think it's starting to snow outside. And I'll speak to you later. I've had my tea. Let me just turn this radio off. Yeah, I've had my tea. Really full. Got all this tent zipped up. It's nice and warm. Been able to take my hat off. What do they call it? A microclimate. I've got one of those going on. It still sounds like it's snow outside. Or it could be rain, I'm not sure. I think it's snow. But yeah, on my table, just there, I've got a tin of McEwen's Champion 7.3. So I'm going to crack it open. Well, everybody, good health and cheers. By gum, that's still good beer. Well, yeah, I'm just going to drink this, listen to a bit of radio. I think the news will be on in a bit, and just chill out for a bit. I'll speak to you later. Well, temperature's dropped, and if you can hear that noise on my tent, I believe that's snow. I was listening to a forecast on the radio before, and it said 3 to 5 centimetres, and apparently there's a yellow weather warning. Well, it's did I say it's just gone 8 o'clock? Well, it has. And I've got a hot chocolate with me again, so I think I'm going to get that on, because feeling quite sleepy, and I'm just thinking a nice hot chocolate and then drift off. I've had my hot chocolate. It's still snowing outside. It's forming a nice little windbreak around my tent. I've knocked some off the roof. I might have to do that again during the night. It's not the best for snow loading, this. Well, yeah, I've just, as I said, had my hot chocolate. I'm toasty warm. I'm feeling a bit sleepy. So I think I'm going to turn in for the night. So I'm going to say Good night all, and I'll see you in the morning. Good morning everybody. Time is about 8 o'clock and everything's covered in snow, and I think I need a brew to wake myself up. Right, well that's the next job, get a brew on. I'll speak to you in a bit. Well, we're out of our tents, we've had a brew, we're all packed up and raring to go. There's Kieran. Dave got off earlier and headed off in that direction. Wow, some heavy snow last night, and pleased to say that OEX Raccoon 2.1, I was worried because it's got, for a dome tent, it's got quite a flat bit at the top, but it coped admirably, and there was what, 3 to 5 centimetres. So yeah, I'll be using that again. Well, there you can see Margery Stones behind me, all covered in snow, and it's crisp and foggy. Right, well, I'm going to get my bag on and then I'll speak to you then. Well, as you can see, we've got our bags on just over on that rock, somewhere over there. I've got my trekking poles and my gloves, but I'm just having a last look around, doing my usual bits of rubbish and tent pegs. But no, it's all nice and clean, apart from, you can see a patch there where I was, and perhaps another patch where Kieran was. Apart from that, as we always do, we leave no trace. Well, from a cracking night up at Margery Stones, we're going to plod on in that direction, we think. Can't see more than about 100 foot in front of you. Right, yeah, it could be that way. We'll plod on back down Cutgate, and I'll try and show you some views along the way. And I'll speak to you in a bit, but for now, as I said, we're going to plod on.
Walking in a winter wonderland.
Bleak conditions. We've just arrived on Cairn, on top of Cutgate. We didn't need a GPS coming down from Margery Stones. We followed what we assume were the footprints of Dave, because I can't think of anyone else who's been up here at this time. So yeah, we just followed his footprints, and yeah, we've arrived here. Next, we've got to, well, you can't see, but we've got to head down Cutgate, and visibility, I don't know, I said 100 foot before, it's about 50 foot I reckon now. And everything's covered in snow, you can't see the path, and there's ice underneath it, and we haven't got crampons. But I'm sure we'll survive. Right, I'll, as I said before, I'll show you some views on the way down, and I'll speak to you later, but for now we're going to plod on. just thought I'd give you an update where we're up to. We're at the signpost, which is, I don't know, I suppose you could say halfway between where we've been, perhaps a bit further. We've got about 2 miles left down that way. As you can see, visibility is down to nothing practically, and everything is covered in snow and ice. It's brilliant. There's Kieran just having a quick breather. Right, well, yeah, this is a lovely morning walk. It's been a fantastic camp in this snow. Once we've got his breath back, we're going to plod on, and if it clears up as we drop further down, if there's any views, I'll show them to you. Otherwise, I'll probably speak to you when we get back to the car, if it's not covered in snow and buried in snow, I should say. Right, well, for now we'll plod on. I'm back at the car. Wow, what a brilliant, fantastic, snowy winter walk that was. Everything was absolutely covered, and the fog as well. Couldn't see very far in front of you. Brilliant coming down there through all the hills in the snow. Yeah, it was a great camp. Kieran was along, and then Dave turned up once we got to Margery Stones. Really good little group of us. Well, all that's left to do now is take this kit off and get it in the back of the car and start the drive home. But before I do that, I just want to say thanks very much for watching. As always, I really appreciate it. And always, I'll look forward to your comments because I do enjoy replying to those. Well, there's no left really to say apart from cheerio until next time, when I'll see you for another Hengist Wild Camps. So, bye from me.
Goodbye from me.
See you all later.